What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2016 movie, The Conjuring 2. So in this movie, Ed and Lorraine Warren go to Enfield, London to help this family who are having paranormal activity in their house. And it's based on the the famous case of the Enfield poltergeist, which was one of their most popular cases apparently. Don't really know much about it because, like I said, I don't believe anything that the Warrens ever talked about, so I don't really care about their stories and stuff. But this movie, once again, I'm not a big fan of this franchise, so I'm not really a huge fan of this movie either. It's a step up from the first one, though, I will admit that. But it still has a lot of the same issues the first one did. It's overlong and drags out way too much, and there was a lot of stuff that they could have kept out of the movie that felt forced, and stuff like the Crooked Man felt like they were just introducing him so that they could make a cash grab spin-off that they still haven't even made yet. I want anything fascinating about him or anything, and Valak the nun is okay. I mean, she has a little bit of an important part in here, but she didn't have to be in here either, I guess. But she had more of an important part than the Crooked Man, though. You take him out of the movie, it wouldn't have really changed the movie any. But this one just was okay. There are things about it that I liked. I like how, like, throughout this movie, that the Warrens and everybody are questioning if this family is serious or if this little girl is actually doing all this stuff just to get attention. Everything. I thought that was kind of cool. For once, they're not just going in there believing it automatically and everything. And also you get a bunch of people in this movie are calling the Warrens out for being frauds and trying to make money off of the tragedy at the Amityville Horror House and stuff like that, and which is what they did in real life. They just did it so they could write a book and make a profit off of it and stuff. So I thought that was cool that they showed them getting called out and stuff. And I thought this movie was gonna go in a different direction towards the end of the movie, like close to the third act, that they discover that the girl's been faking it and stuff, and they leave and everything. I thought, okay, maybe they're actually gonna end this on a realistic ending and stuff, but it turns out they go back to the house and have this fight with the demon nun, and Ed is supposedly gonna die and everything, and Lorraine is trying to get him to stop before he gets killed and stuff, and she's worried about him dying throughout the whole movie. It's like, lady, please, we know he's not going to die. This movie literally has no stakes at all, because the stuff that they try to give you as stakes, aren't going to happen. Ed is not going to get killed, seeing that the real life Ed died only a few years ago. So it had no stakes at all. And it's more of the same, pretty much. Like that's what this whole franchise is, and a lot of franchises are like that. But it just, when you don't like a franchise in particularly, like I do with this one, the more of the same kind of is annoying, if that makes sense. It's just, I know people are like that on the Fast and Furious movies or Transformers and stuff like that, and stuff that I do like. So I mean, I get it. Everybody has their particular taste, and if you like this kind of stuff, then awesome. But a lot of the stuff that I did like about this movie is like with the first movie. The atmosphere is pretty well done. Joseph Bishara's score is is once again really good. I can't, like I said, I can't deny he does a good job on the music in these movies, and I think this one had the best score yet out of the ones that I've seen. The cinematography is pretty good and stuff. It's not as good as it was in the first movie, but it did have good cinematography and stuff. But this movie also has really bad special effects. Like, there's some really horrible CGI stuff, especially the stuff with the Crooked Man. He looks absolutely terrible, like he came out of a PS2 game or something. And at the end, when Valak gets killed and you see this black demon, that it looks absolutely horrible as well. I think both of those things look terrible, and most of the CGI that they used in this movie was really bad, which is really kind of weird, seeing that James Wan is actually really good at using CGI. Like, Aquaman looked amazing, and the CGI he used on for Furious 7 with Paul Walker was amazing. So the visual effects are really disappointing in this. They could have had really good looking CGI if they wanted to, but I think they kept this on a lower budget. It had a bigger budget than the first, but they still kept it on a low enough budget to make it profitable, which it was going to be profitable anyway, because this is a really overrated and popular franchise. Like I said, I'm just not a huge fan of this movie. Really, the best thing about the entire movie, out of everything, the one thing that I did enjoy, and probably is going to be my favorite thing from the entire franchise, is the scene when Ed is singing Elvis Presley's "I Can't Help Falling in Love with You" to the kids and stuff. That scene is great. I absolutely love that scene and everything. And once again, the actors are all pretty decent in their roles. I mean, even though I don't really care for any of the characters, I think they all play the roles well and stuff, and especially Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson. They're both once again excellent as Ed and Lorraine, even though I didn't like them, their real life counterparts. I think the actors do a good job playing them and bring them to life. And in this movie, you can kind of see even more of that bull crap, that they're full of crap and stuff, like they were in real life, in the way that they play the characters in this movie. Like, they really pretend like this stuff is actually happening and stuff. But I'd say I'd give The Conjuring 2 a 5 out of 10. I really don't care for this one either. The technical stuff is really the best stuff in the one scene where he's singing the Elvis song, and that's really it. Aside from that, there's not much else I can say about this movie that I liked or anything. It's an okay movie, I guess. I've seen a lot worse horror movies than these Conjuring movies, but I've definitely seen way better. And once again, this is nothing new. It's more of the same. Jump scares galore and everything. This is the one where they really start going overboard with the jump scares and stuff. Got, I think, 4 or 5 more of these movies to get through. I'm really not looking forward to them, but I'm pushing through. So anyway, that's my review for The Conjuring 2. Let me know in the comments what you think of this movie, and hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.